Some decisions can be life-changing. Although this particular one may not represent a very drastic change, it is a decision that can mark your life, so it is essential to take the time to calmly analyze the options you have and determine all possible scenarios. Welcome to DeFx4. If you want to know which alternatives we have selected for you to present as the best and most fun first car for a car enthusiast, make yourself comfortable, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us until the end of the video. Without further ado, let's get started. There is no doubt that the first times are unforgettable and come to shape the course of your life for better or for worse, which is why when it comes to making important decisions, no aspect can be neglected and it is necessary to meticulously review every detail. Especially when it comes to a decision linked to a hobby that is important to you. In these cases, you cannot leave anything to chance. But well, that's enough mystery. If you've made it this far, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Cars always represent a neuralgic issue for many people, since they are instruments that are not only used to move from one place to another, but also because of the amount of hours we have to spend in the driver's seat, they become a sort of second home with wheels. That is why, when choosing which vehicle to buy, you should consider the pros and cons that each option presents. Whether you are a car enthusiast or not, today we will introduce you to two options that are pretty complete and reliable on the road that you should consider if you are thinking of buying your first car, as they are two serious contenders for the best first car that a car enthusiast should buy. We are talking about the BMW E90 3 Series 325i, belonging to the 3 Series of the Bavarian firm and produced between 2005 and 2012, and the Lexus IS250 of the XE20 series, corresponding to the second generation of the Lexus IS line and produced between 2005 and 2013. But before delving deeper into the advantages and disadvantages of each of these vehicles, there are some considerations that need to be taken into account. Is it worth buying a second-hand luxury car? You're probably wondering if it's worth spending your savings on a luxury car, but from more than a decade ago instead of a current car, but from a generic brand. The short answer is yes, as long as you're willing to sacrifice a few things. While technological developments have accustomed us to consider that things become obsolete very quickly, in the automotive world this is not the case, at least not in all categories. The key word here would be depreciation, specifically in relation to the price of the vehicle, which makes somewhat old cars comparable to current cars, which are released to the market to sell by volume and completely leave aside the premium and luxury aspects. Cars such as the BMW 3 Series 325i and the Lexus IS250 have premium designs, making them stand out from vehicles up to 10 years younger than them. Another plus are the construction materials and the care in their finishes, which are first class. In addition, the power, reliability, and ease of driving are outstanding aspects that will make you fall in love with them. General features. We are in the presence of two D-class vehicles competing in the family car category. Both the BMW E90 3 Series 325i and the Lexus IS250 XE20 series share the same four-door sedan body style and the same rear-wheel drive system. The overall dimensions of both vehicles are also similar, with the Lexus being slightly longer and taller, while the BMW is wider, but both are over 4.5 meters long, 1.8 meters wide, and 1.4 meters tall. As for the capacity of the fuel tank, the Lexus is 65 liters, while in the BMW the tank has a capacity of 61 liters. Engine. The BMW 325i has a 2.5-liter gasoline engine developed by the Bavarian firm, specifically the N52B25, a 6-cylinder 24-valve engine that offers a displacement of 2,497 cubic centimeters and a maximum torque of 270 nanometers, generating 218 horsepower at 6,100 RPM. It is therefore a mechanics with a specific power of 218 horsepower with direct injection power supply. The Lexus IS250, meanwhile, mounts under the hood a 2.5-liter gasoline powertrain designed by Toyota, specifically the 4GR FSE, a naturally aspirated V6 engine with 24 valves, with a displacement of 2,499 cubic centimeters and a torque of 252 nanometers that gives 207 horsepower. Both vehicles are available with 6-speed manual and automatic transmission models, with the Lexus having a higher power-to-weight ratio, reaching 8.1 kilograms per horsepower, while the BMW has 7.2 kilograms per horsepower. Performance. The BMW 325i reaches a top speed of 245 km per hour and is capable of accelerating from 0 to 100 in 7.5 seconds, while the Lexus IS250 lags somewhat behind, with a top speed of 230 km per hour and taking 8.3 seconds to go from 0 to 100 km per hour. In terms of performance, it is clear that the German car takes less time than its competitor to reach 100 km per hour. In terms of fuel consumption, the BMW is once again the winner, with an average consumption of 8.4 liters per 100 kilometers, 17% more efficient than the Lexus, whose consumption is 9.8 liters per 100 kilometers. Drivability and reliability. Both the BMW 325i and the Lexus IS250 are completely safe vehicles, obtaining 5 stars in the European New Car Assessment Program (Euro NCAP) tests. Since they belong to the large family car category, companies are always looking for an extra when it comes to safety. A point in favor of the Lexus is that it is a more robust vehicle than the BMW, with 12% more metal in its structure. Both vehicles provide safety and comfort when driving, but as far as reliability is concerned, the Lexus comes out better positioned according to user reviews, obtaining an average rating of 4.8 out of 5, while the BMW score ranges between 3.8 and 4.2 out of 5. Customization and communities. In this regard, the BMW 3 Series 325i is the clear winner, as it has a much more widespread community of users. It is also a car that has a slightly sportier profile than the Lexus, which has contributed to the emergence of communities of users focused on customizing the car to give it an even more distinctive touch. Aftermarket parts. A crucial aspect to consider is that these cars have very strict maintenance cycles that must be respected, and it is necessary to be quite rigorous about this aspect. Even though today both brands have a greater presence and are consolidated in more countries, the truth is that in the golden years of the BMW 3 Series 325i and the Lexus IS250, the Japanese brand did not stand out so much because its overall visibility was much lower than that of BMW, and therefore, so was its maintenance service. As BMW is a much more popular brand, it is easier to find official support and purchase original spare parts. But this does not mean that for owners of Lexus vehicles it is an impossible task, since there is always the option of going to the international support and order the necessary spare parts directly from the official website of the manufacturer. Yes, this means having to deal with import processes and additional costs, but it is not impossible. The good thing is that when it comes to engine and oil maintenance, you won't have major problems with either vehicle. And although there are always options of non-original or generic spare parts, do not be seduced by this and always resort to original components certified by the manufacturer. Your vehicle will appreciate it. Market and prices. As these are luxury models, the manufacturers were clear that they could not market them in just any place, so they mainly amount of money. Since these cars were launched a few years ago, they have the advantage that today their price is far from the one they had at the time when they started to be marketed, since the initial value of both the BMW 3 Series 325i and the Lexus IS250 was over $45,000. Today, depending on the year of the model, the mileage, the paint and interior upholstery condition, and the general state of the car, the Lexus IS250 can be obtained in the second-hand market in a range that goes from $5,500 to $25,000. Meanwhile, you can find the BMW 3 Series 325i on the second-hand market in a price range that goes from $3,200 to $12,000. It is necessary and important to note that all of this also varies depending on the region where you are. In the European market, for example, prices are reversed and the starting price of the Lexus is lower than the BMW, so the prices shown here are far from definitive. The price difference is notable, but is mainly due to the greater number of vehicles of the Bavarian firm in the market, so its price is lower. Lexus, for its part, has fewer models and thus its price is higher. Conclusion. Overall, the BMW 3 Series is emerging as a more attractive option because it has a larger community of users willing to help, as well as a more extended support from the brand, and it is also more fuel efficient and faster than its rival. But if you are looking for a more exclusive alternative, none of the above aspects represent a really definitive limitation, so if you have the budget and not having such a large community or brand support is not a problem for you, the Lexus IS250 is a clear choice. Plus, the Lexus offers better general protection in terms of active and passive safety than its German rival. Everything will ultimately depend on the preferences and needs of each person. Of what I am sure is that you will not regret your choice. So, having said all this, which of these two vehicles would you choose? Let us know your opinion in the comments section, and don't forget to leave a big like if you liked the video, and also share it on your social media to reach more people and to let them know which is the best first car for a car enthusiast. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, follow us on IG at DeFx4. That is all for today. Remember to always enjoy the ride. Thanks for watching.